So as some of you might notice, I'm on a different motorcycle. Wanted to tell some people about the story of how that happened. It's kind of a cool thing. The bike actually was in Pittsburgh, and back in March I sold my Ninja 250 and was looking on Craigslist for close to a month and a half. Had seen this motorcycle already. I was intrigued by a yellow motorcycle. I thought Triumph was a good brand. Wanted to kind of go away from the Japanese motorcycles, maybe try something a little different. Something that wasn't quite so expected, maybe. Not that Japanese motorcycles are just expected, but just something new and different. So I was looking towards the Triumphs. I actually was looking at a Tiger, a Triumph Tiger. Clear out is a 1999. This is clear out in State College, Pennsylvania. I saw this one. And there's an interesting story behind all that too, but saw this one in Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh area, and watched the price kind of drop on it a little bit over a few weeks, and saw he had dropped the price all at one time rather drastically, about $500, and called him. This was on a Sunday night. Called him, left a message. Didn't hear back, didn't know what was going on. And I had called on a number of bikes and either had them get sold out from underneath me or, you know, set up a time to go look at it, and, you know, the guy would entertain other offers, just like I did when I sold my bike. So, I mean, I kind of expected that, especially the ones that were excellently priced. So I called him up, and he ended up calling me back on Monday, and talked to him at length. I was the first one that had called him on it, so I kind of got, he was kind of nice enough to give me first dibs at the asking price that he had on the bike. Trying to figure out a time when I could get over there to see it and meet him. He actually said he worked for Time Warner. Let me kind of get through this intersection here. He actually worked for Time Warner, and that when they had things slow in his area around Pittsburgh, they would ship him out to other areas to do work where they were busy. And it just so happened that they were shipping him out to a suburb of Cleveland out here, and he had a truck that he drove, and he would be willing to put the motorcycle on the truck and drive it out here for me to see it, saving me a little over 2 hours worth of driving. So I immediately agreed, and this was on a Monday. He called me back, and he was coming out this way on Tuesday. I wasn't able to get out there to actually look at it until that Thursday. But I went out, I looked at it, immediately just fell in love with the yellow paint scheme and the half-naked side fairings, and the engine, the look, everything about it. It was actually raining and sleeting the day that we were there to look at it, but it had been about a month and a half. He had offered to put it back on his truck and drive it to my house for me, but it had been about a month and a half since I'd been on a motorcycle, so I was more than willing to risk the danger of the cold, wet, and drive it home. It was not sleeting when we went home, but while we were looking at it, you know, and closing up all the deal and everything, it was. When I left, it wasn't. It was still wet and kind of rainy, but it was not sleeting at the time. So I got it home, and that's basically the story on how I got this bike. And he had had a lot of offers, a lot of calls, and he basically kept his promise to me. The first one that called him, thankfully, that night when he lowered the price, so worked out pretty good.